welcome back. And I am so happy that you're here as well. I hope you're doing well today. Since my last video, I was still in the best way I can describe it is a negative state of mind. Saturday, I started coming out of it. Sunday, I was coming out of it more. And today, a lot of things were so I stopped the first video, my intro, because my ex came in here, helped me with my computers, my monitors, 2 monitors that he helped me get. And when he left, I restarted it. And I'm sitting here just talking away, and then my phone started fading. You know how it does when you don't mess with it and it slowly shuts off? I wasn't recording. This whole time I wasn't recording. It might be jumbled a little bit. I don't know. So I'm going to try to pick up where I left off. I have hypnotized these 2 women and their friends. And the first one I hypnotized, she did awesome. She did weirdly awesome. She did odd things and it shocked me. And then I did her friend recently. And today I was talking to him while I was at work. I was texting him because I know one of them is going through a lot of bad feelings, and I'm not going to say what, and it's traumatizing her. And I wanted to channel all this information that was coming through to me, but I gave her little bits because I was there for her friend to hypnotize her, and found out through her we were all together incarnated as witches in the past, and I burned at the stake. And I'm like, that's okay. And I've been told in this lifetime that I have the Wiccan white seed in my eyes, or one eye, I can't remember. And I'm like, that's fairy tale. That doesn't really exist. And this is before I knew who I was. And at that time, I was having visions. I was seeing souls and God knows what else. But I'm like, that's just stories, fairy tales. But obviously, no. Witches exist. And I don't know, and this confuses me, I don't know if witches are actually star seeds with magic, because star seeds they literally have magic. I'm not lying to you. So I wonder if way back when they were called witches, if they were actually just star seeds doing their thing, but people around them titled them witches because they were magical. So I'm confused about that. Or are they 2 things in one? I don't know. I can't wrap my head around it. But to the other woman I was thinking of that was sad, I was thinking of her this morning, and I sent her a text and, said, I just had this urge that I needed to heal her. And I said, I sensed your pain and it was so extreme that I want to heal you. And she said she would love that. And oh my gosh, And then I said, hey, maybe your friend, because maybe she needs healing too. I know she needs information to open herself more. And when the one woman was like, yeah, kind of, when we stopped talking, I was flooded. And I mean flooded with images and visions and instructions. And I'm like, I couldn't focus. I kept zoning out and catching myself and coming back and working, and then I would zone out again. And the beginning part of my day was like that. And I'm like, okay, guides, kind of help me through this, kind of ease it a little bit, or kind of put boundaries up for me, help me out here. I've never had this happen. And they didn't. If they did it gradually, because it did slow down eventually. But everything was just flowing through, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then it was told to me, this is a part of my calling. And I'm like, oh, okay. I have an enormous calling. And everybody in the spirit world will not tell me what that calling is. I will say that Everybody that I've hypnotized that were fully entranced, that I know for sure, have confirmed I am royalty. And I don't say that bragging. It's just who I was or am, because I was royalty as a starseed, as a spiritual starseed, extraterrestrial being before this life. That's who I was. And it's really hard to believe, because I'm like, all my life, I was told by my mom that I was stupid, I was sick in the head, I walked like a man, and it was always bad things that she would tell me, and I literally believed her. So now I'm like, how does that work? Because it's hard to wrap your brain around it. And I'm a princess? What? I'm stupid. You know what I mean? I'm sick in the head. How can I be a princess and be sick in the head? It's really hard to imagine that. And I'm grateful. I am extremely grateful that I have that position. And I'm extremely grateful even more that my soul mother, the Queen, comes to see me. And when I said that, she's here. I could feel her. And I also want to say my channeling has picked up intensely. And it's like every client that I meet, no, I'm not going to say that. It's not every client. Most of the clients that I meet that are the positive, spiritual starseed clients, I channel like crazy, and I see beings all around. And even, well, when I say beings, it's humans and extraterrestrials and angels and everything. And I even see them in an incarnation of extraterrestrial or even a human in their past. It's very interesting. This last girl, I was like, you have an enormous man by you that looks like a caveman. And you have a little girl, and it turned out to be her sister. And I told her what color dress it had on, and that's when she confirmed, no, wait, that's not mine, that's my sister. And I'm like, oh, because the dress, it was fascinating. And then there was an angel there and a blonde-haired woman there, which was her aunt, and it was amazing. And then this morning, while all this information was coming through, my podmate's father came back to me. And because he came to me once before, and I described him to her, and it was him. And he had a message for her, and I gave it to her, and she cried. She needed that message, and he needed to give it to her. And he wasn't demanding for me to give that message, but I felt the urgency. It was like the right time, the right moment. She needed to know. Today, I think that my gifts have expanded. Well, let me back up. It's been slowly expanding for the past couple of months. But the more the time goes on, the faster and more comes to me. And I've asked for that. I'm like, just give it all to me. Give it all to me at once. I can handle it. But I know that if I can't handle it, I can ask my guides, okay, maybe take it easy. Maybe slack off a little. But no, I'm all for it. I really am. Today, I just wanted things to slow down so I could work. I'm not exaggerating when I say it was very, very difficult to work. And it was like I would shut down and go into like a daydreaming mode. But I'd see all these visions of what I needed to do to heal these two women. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm grateful for that. I love that. I can't remember since I know I was talking and not recording earlier, but I don't remember if I told you already or not. But my visitor was my kid's dad. And he come over to help me correctly put my monitors on the stands that they came with. The prongs were angled wrong where the monitors were tilted backwards. and I didn't like it. And I'm like, something's wrong. Those prongs are going to bust off eventually. He came to help me fix it. So for 2 reasons, I got these 2 monitors. I have a huge setup now. I'm like, wow, I got to figure this out. But it's for me to help do more things for my YouTube, and they're for work. Because this past winter, when we had to work from home because of ice and snow, I only had the laptop, and they give you 1 monitor and bring it home and work off. And the snippet and all this wouldn't work right. Things were jacked around. And I'm like, this would help also, because I could bring the laptop and still work off of 2 monitors. Because they work from 2 monitors at work. We actually got 27-inch monitors recently at work, like a week ago. And these are 27 inches too. And I'm like, wow. My next video that I put out for you guys, I will show you what that looks like. Right now, I have wires everywhere. And I'm saying everywhere because I have speakers up there too. And this is not a desk. It's a table. It's like a picnic table kind of thing that people put in yard sales and put things on. It's one of those. And it's the best I can do right now. And it's really cluttered. So, and I even put a little table on the side and it's still cluttered. I'm like, I got to fix it somehow. So I want it to look decent before I show you. And it might even be this weekend because when I get off of work, I just don't have time. So I'm going to end this here. And I love you guys very much. And I want you to know that I am so grateful that you are watching my videos all the time. And if you haven't subscribed, I would so appreciate it if you would. It would help support me. And I love you guys. I already said that. I'm sending you love, light, and peace. Bye.